What is up, everybody? How are you feeling today? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing fabulous, having a wonderful day, and you're thinking better thoughts than you were thinking yesterday. Is that what you're doing today? Or are we stuck in yesterday still? So let's think about that for a minute. We think 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day. So it's really hard to catch all those thoughts when you're in the middle of them all, because there's a lot. They're coming in hot. Every single second, you've got a thought. It's overwhelming. A lot of people overthink and overdo. And so I thought in this video, we kind of talk about how to change those negative thoughts to more positive ones and how to manifest from a place of sovereignty and power versus desperation. So my name is Samantha and I'm a therapist, and this is video 63 of 365. And I'm doing a video every day for a year to get over my fear of public speaking and social anxiety. And I just wanted to help more people than I do on in the one-on-one sessions that I do. So I'm really enjoying doing this channel. I hope this message hits you today in the right spot, hits you in the heart somewhere. So, and get you thinking a little bit differently than you thought maybe a minute ago. So, I want you to think about what you're manifesting from. What identity are you living in every day? What are you thinking about on a consistent basis? And if you're new here, that's what I love to talk about on this channel, because it is I believe the secret sauce to manifestation, of course, is who you are being. That's really all that there is to it. I think that since we have so many thoughts per day, it's really difficult to disrupt those patterns at times because we don't even know that we're doing it. So the more aware you are of what you're, or the more aware you are, I'm losing my train of thought. The more aware you are of where your thoughts are going, how you're feeling during your day, the more conscious you are, the more present you are, the better off you're going to be able to become at identifying what you're thinking about, and on a consistent basis, dominantly. So most of our thoughts and behaviors and beliefs and actions and all of those things are on autopilot. They're just programmed in like a computer program. Basically, putting that floppy disk in. If you're my age or older, we know what that is. If you're younger, you probably don't know what a floppy disk is. That's okay. You can Google it, see some pictures of different kinds. And we're basically putting in a floppy disk, brand new one from 1984. And we're going to change the system. We're going to pull that disk out, put a new one in, basically. So we're going to program the new system. We're going to have a system restore, and we're going to change the default settings. So what default settings are you living off of every day? Who are you being every day? Are you being a complainer? I used to be a complainer. Every now and again, the complainer comes out, and I'm like, oh man, I'm doing it again. You have to become aware of it. If you're not aware, you can't change it. Like Dr. Phil said, you can't change what you don't acknowledge. I had to throw that in there. That just popped into my head. That's a Philism. And you really can't change what you don't acknowledge. I mean, if you're not aware of it, you can't change it. You're just on autopilot. So it makes sense. That quote totally makes sense. So you have to really think about where am I at most of the time during the day? Like, where are my thoughts dominantly about myself, about other people, about my job, about events that I'm going to next weekend that I don't want to go to, children, relationships, friendships, coworkers, all the people in your life, all the things going on, the traffic, the lines you have to wait in, the doctors, the dentists, could go on and on. What are you thinking and assuming about these things? Because that's where you're dominantly living, that state of mind. We have to change our state of mind in order to manifest things. So you're either living life number 1 or life number 2. You're the old self or the new self. Which one do you want to be? Which door do you want to choose? The red pill or the blue pill? Which one do you want to take? And you get to decide every second where your state is. And so this is what I'm going to just pump into us every single day. I teach what I need to learn. As I'm teaching, I'm learning. So it reinforces it in my brain as well. And if you're hearing it daily, it's going to keep reinforcing it into your brain too. And one day, you're going to have that aha moment where it just clicks. You're going to be like, oh man, it took me 56 videos, but man, I get it now. And you're going to have that moment. And when you do, it feels so good because you know you have control at that point. You know you have power. You've recognized your power. You've been aware of it now. And now you're set to go. Here's what we do though. We want something and we plant that seed. We say, I desire this. I have this now. We live in the end. We think we're living in the end. And then the next day, we go and check. It's like you're digging up the seed, seeing if it's sprouted yet. It hadn't had enough time to kind of sit in there and take hold a little bit and start to grow. We haven't watered it yet. We just had a desire. Now, some things can manifest quickly, of course. Some things can manifest instantaneously. In fact, everything manifests instantaneously. We just can't see it because we're not in the state to be able to perceive that manifestation yet. But there's divine timing, as they say, and there's this and that. And so I think whatever is relevant for you, that is what, when things will happen. That's just a theory that I have. What is relevant for you, it will happen in its particular time. So, but what we do is we're checking the next day. We're checking. If you have fun checking on something, that's fine. But if you're checking on it to see if it's there, if you had it already, why would you be checking to see if it's there? And that's when you know that your state has changed, that your subconscious has grabbed hold of that new state change. And because if you are looking for something, that means you feel like you don't have it. So keep that in mind, that you're in the I don't have it yet energy instead of no, I have it now. So keep thinking about that, where you're in lack versus having it versus abundance. Lack mindset versus abundance. Lack would be anything other than, I feel great, basically. It's going to be complaining about something, justifying something. There's also that someday energy. Well, maybe someday this will happen. I held myself in that for a long time. I'd be like, well, I'll get that later. I'm too busy. I'm working on this, and maybe someday that'll happen. Or yes, someday I'll be ready for that. And that applies in certain areas, of course, of life. There are things that we just aren't ready for yet, and there is a better time for things to happen. But we can also keep ourselves in the state of wanting. That is an energy in itself, the I want state. And so instead of I have state. So there is a big difference there. And so it's really just deciding who you want to become. How would they think, feel, act, talk, walk, dress, all those things. And you create it in your mind, this scene that you are already that person. And you go to sleep, kind of loop that in your mind for 10 to 15 seconds over and over. Get into the feeling state of being that person. And as you fall asleep, the subconscious mind will grab a hold of that. And you'll go to sleep being that person. Your body and mind do not know that you are not already that person until you snap out of it and you're just like, yep, I'm not this person anymore. And it's kind of like we're in a, I took notes earlier about this for this video, kind of like the stop, start. That's what I call it. It's like your stop, start energy. It's like you're ready to go. And then all of a sudden you put the brakes on. Every time you think of like you're going fast in your car, you've got your foot on the gas, and you're going and you're flowing, a going and a blowing and a flowing and a going, all that. And then all of a sudden you're like, I don't feel very good. This isn't happening. I'm noticing I'm feeling down again. I don't have what I want. And then you put the brake on immediately. And then you start to shift your state. Hit the gas again, you start going. And then all of a sudden you think about that time 5 years ago that person said that to you, and then it takes your state down again. And then you're on the brake again. And I believe we do that every day, all day. We're on a roller coaster. We're start, stop in the car. And so what you want to do is create a state where you can hold the state. That's the goal. You want to hold that state of being, that mental state, that feeling. You want to hold it for as long as possible so your subconscious can grab onto it. And so you train your body to believe it's in the future versus actually where it is now. So you're going to train your body, you're going to train your mind to believe that it's already happened. And then it naturally will happen. That's just how it works. And you have to remember that those thoughts that you're thinking, they're from yesterday. They were programmed by other people over the years. They were programmed by you and just what you're taking in every day, what your mental diet is, what you're feeding yourself, what thoughts you're saying to yourself, how you're speaking to yourself. Speak more kindly to yourself, speak more loving to yourself, and identify as a person who has what you want, and go to sleep feeling that way. And it will happen so fast where you'll just start to feel just exponentially better. Try it every night. Don't ever stop. It's kind of one of those things where you just want to keep going. You want to make this a lifestyle where you're just constantly shifting your state on purpose versus letting something on the external control you. That's the goal. Be happy anyway. Be happy. I want to help you guys train yourself to be happy and satisfied and appreciating everything in every moment that you possibly can. And another thing about gratitude versus appreciation, there's a lot of research done on gratitude. I don't think there's a lot of research done on the energy of appreciation. But again, you're going to create your own evidence. You do not need to really care about anybody else's evidence but your own. You're going to create your own evidence. This is the law of whatever works for you. You can define it as whatever you want, but you get to decide how you're being and how you're thinking. And gratitude has more of a, oh my God, I'm so grateful that I got through this, that I overcame this. So there's still a little bit of lower vibration energy in there. Because it's like, I overcame this. It's like white knuckling something. But appreciation is even higher on the emotional scale as far as energy frequency is concerned. Appreciation is just acknowledging how beautiful everything is around you and everything that you have. And because what you appreciate appreciates. Always keep that in mind. Appreciate yourself, you will appreciate. Just like money, just like health, just like everything. Appreciate it and it will appreciate. So tell yourself, hey, self, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for helping me get through these hard times that I've been through before. Because if you're in survival mode right now too, that's another thing. Survival comes from the past. It's programmed. And so you're there every day. You're just look at everything that you're doing today, and everything that you think, everything you believe is just a program. That's it. Pull out that floppy disk, put in a new floppy disk. Put it in. And just rewrite the story. Tell a new story. If you're telling the old story, if you find yourself complaining about what somebody did to you, what somebody's not doing to you or for you, what this person said, what they didn't say, anything that brings you down, when you notice you're doing that, you're in your old self. So I would recommend not complaining, like a non-complaint detox, complaining detox, whatever we want to call it. You get what I'm saying, I think. Don't complain for a week. How about that? Practice not complaining. It will change your life. When you notice how much you complain, oh my God, it's pretty terrible actually. We complain to ourselves when we're by ourselves. It's just amazing. And we don't notice enough of the good stuff around us. So I suggest that you just today, tomorrow, because this will go out later tonight, tomorrow, when you wake up, start noticing everything around you. Just start noticing, oh my gosh, thank you for this. I'm so appreciative that I have this. And it will start to shift your state immediately. And with that, you can start manifesting a lot easier that way. We'll go deeper into this as my videos go on, but these are just kind of basic things that I'm just going to keep pumping out. And just keep in mind that the body follows the mind. And so if you have some health issues, get your mind right. This stuff will help you a lot to get your mental health in the right state, and then your body will follow. If you have health in the mind, you'll have health in the body. And so, and also pain too. If you have mental pain, it's going to cause pain in the body. So we've got to work on that mental pain, and you've got to process those feelings that you're dealing with. Where do they come from? How are they serving me to still think these thoughts? How is telling the old story? And this is not necessarily for someone that has just been traumatized. Someone that has just been diagnosed with PTSD, this is going to be totally different. And that would require maybe some therapy and some, extra help in that area. This is for people who are telling the old story, something that happened to them 20 years ago that is still getting their goat right now. So we don't want to get your goat gotten anymore. You want to hold on to your pet goat. We gotta think differently to be able to change that state. So every time something comes in, you got to challenge it and say, where is this thought even coming from? Who told me this? And what would happen if I let go of this? How great would I feel if I actually let go of this? What if I gave myself permission to let go of this today? What would happen to my state? You're manifesting from your state. You're manifesting from the old self or the new self. Which one are you going to be today? And make that decision and stick to that. Commit to yourself. And know that when you commit to something, you will follow through with that because you're showing up for you and you're trusting you now. You're building trust with yourself, which means you can start trusting other people. So that's a whole domino effect right there. So I think I'll end there for today, though. Thank you all for watching so much. I appreciate all of you and your comments and your likes and your shares and your subscribes. And thank you so much. If you feel like this message helped you and you think it might help somebody else, feel free to share it with them. And I look forward to being here tomorrow again. So thank you so much. And you guys decide to be the new you today. This is it. You have by the time this goes out, you'll have an hour before tomorrow. So then tomorrow you have a whole 24 hours to decide to be the new you. So you guys can do it. You guys got this. I'm here for you, and I hope you have a great day or evening, whatever time it is, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.